y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, the legs rock, y'all.
Okay. It's harder the farther you go down, isn't it? All right. There you go. Perfect. All right, go. All right. You're good. All right.
In one word, awesome. It was an awesome workout. I feel so energized. I feel so motivated. I will be back.
And what did you like most about your experience in the therapy pools tonight?
In the therapy pool, the water is nice and warm. I felt no pain. If you know my medical history, I have degenerative disc disease. I have arthritis in my knees. I went in the pool. I had no pain. I ran for the first time 1 mile. Then I beat my land time. So that was awesome. And then I got on the bike. I dared myself. Oh my God, I love it, and I will be back.
Well, my first goal was just to simply walk in the door and start.
Tell me about that. How long did it take you to walk in the door and start the program?
It took me several weeks, maybe a month. The atmosphere is great. The equipment's great. I love it here. When the first day I did 2 miles, and my goal was to do 10 miles straight for Christmas. Well, that took 5 days.
In 5 days, you got 10 miles.
In 5 days, I did 10 miles straight, and then the next week I did 13.5.
All right.
So now I'm working for 26 by spring.
Okay, that's a full marathon.
That's a long run, and it takes a lot of time. So I just decided I simply couldn't carry this weight around anymore. But exercising on dry land, running on dry land is just impossible. I mean, I literally feel like a desert tortoise. But when I get in there in the water, it's like you can move like a gazelle. Even with my knee injury, I can just move so much faster. I just feel so free. I feel so empowered. I feel so capable. I feel hopeful. And certainly I'm improving my heart health for being in there, and that's really important, and I can feel the difference in that.
Okay.
I just feel better. I feel better physically, I feel better emotionally, I just feel different. Just do it. Put yourself first. Don't take a couple of weeks, make an appointment, walk in and try it, because once you do, you won't walk back out.
All right. Well, thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome.
My name is Doug Carwell. I'm in the Air Force, and I'm currently training for a marathon to raise money for St. Jude. So I figured why not run on the treadmill in the water. The exercise was a lot of weightlifting and a lot of running, just treadmill running, and then maybe 25% running outside. My knees were kind of hurting while I was doing that. So running in the pool has been a really good break for that. No pain in my knees, I can still get the miles in. Oh, underwater treadmill, it's a lot more exhausting than running on dry land. But I don't have to worry about the joint soreness. Most of my time here is strengthen my legs, build up endurance, and kind of get a different edge. When the marathon does come around, I'm gonna have a different advantage.
So David, you just ran 7 miles, personal best ever. How do you feel, and how was it?
Exhausted. The first 2 miles were pretty rough because I was still sore from leg muscle day at the gym. Got through that and I was doing great until I hit about 6 and I wanted to stop and give up. But with the encouragement and pep rally around me, I went ahead and finished that last mile. I'm glad I did, but I don't know how soon I can do it again or go past that one. But I'm going to keep pushing forward and try to, and hopefully before too long I can get the half marathon status.
Now, it wasn't easy, was it?
No, not at all. But nothing worth accomplishing is ever easy. So you just got to keep pushing through, keep your eye on the prize, and just keep going.
All right, David, so you're going to do a new record today. Tell me what that is.
I'm going to go for a half marathon today. Previously, I got to 9 miles, so I'm going to go for the full 13.1 today, see if I can do it.
David, so you're still running your half marathon here, and you're at about 4.5 miles in.
Right.
How are you feeling now?
Exhausted. But you just kind of have to get your mind off of it. Quit looking at the screen. I got music going, singing at the top of my lungs, thinking about other things, just trying to do whatever I have to do to get my mind off of it.
All right, David, you're at 11.4 almost. How are you feeling now?
Like hell frozen over.
You just ran a half marathon.
In 142 minutes.
142 minutes.
So 2 hours, what is that, 2 hours 22 minutes?
How do your feet feel?
I have a solid blister from toe to heel.
Okay. How's your leg feel?
I've got a Charlie horse like I've never had.
How does your heart feel?
It's racing, but I know it's still going to be okay. As before, there's no way I could have made this. You're just going to keep building yourself up. I'll be honest, I wanted to stop at 5 miles, I wanted to stop at 6, and so on. I kept reminding myself of all those people in high school that said I couldn't do it. I was too fat, I was too big, I was too lazy. I remember the words and the names they called me, the things they did to me, and I just convinced myself I'm not giving up. I remember looking at myself in the mirror a year ago and thinking how pitiful I was, how I couldn't do anything, and thinking that I set a goal. I told everybody on Facebook, told all my friends and family yesterday that I was going to do this. I shot a video before I started saying I was going to do it. I didn't want to be a liar. So I forced myself through it, pain and all. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt bad. But you just got to do it. Once you put your mind to a goal, just go for it.
Now, what was in your mind a year ago when you decided, I've got to change my lifestyle? What made you, what was the breaking point for
I
that?
had a second meniscus tear in my knee. Almost 400 pounds. Doctor told me I had to lose weight or I'd look at 2 knee replacements in one knee, plus at least 1 in the other knee. But I couldn't exercise because I was so far overweight that the weight would damage my knee even more. So I had to take drastic actions. I did have weight loss surgery, but as soon as I started able to exercise, I came here to H3O. Even when I shouldn't have been on my knee yet, because of the water here, I was able to do that. I was able to give me a kickstart on my fitness program, my exercising. You have time before to feed your face and sit there and eat chips and cookies and a pint of ice cream and order pizzas and wait for the pizza to be there. If you had time to do all that, you have time to exercise. Do it wherever you're at. I come here, they're very accommodating. You can be here before work in the morning, in the evenings. They'll even come down and meet you if you need to. I even got weights and bands that I took to work with me that I can exercise at work. I can do squat challenges and plank challenges at home in my living room. Just make the time. You got it. Just got to make the time to do it. Prioritize it. If you say you don't have time, obviously your weight loss and your health is not your priority. Make it a priority. You say it is to other people, so make sure you say it to yourself and you follow through with those actions.
All right, thanks, David.
I like coming because I am not so out of breath versus running on land. It's very low impact. I had an injury where I tore my ACL a few years ago, and it's almost impossible for me to run on land. So this is much easier. I like being able to compete with my younger generation over here. It's something we can do together. It's fun.
I was able to walk longer for a longer distance and at a faster speed. And I just really felt like it helped rebuild some of the muscles in my legs. And I never thought I would be able to walk at that speed again. I was doing like 2 miles an hour or faster. I didn't even know. I just was going. And everything worked out that way. You know, it's an easier workout, but you work out harder. It's gonna feel like you hardly do anything. But when you're done, afterward you're gonna be going, oh my gosh, what did I just do to myself? But it's worth it. It's very worth it. Well, I have multiple sclerosis. It's the relapsing remitting form. It really was trying to take away my legs. And here I was giving them back. Well, I would, if I were you, I would just come here and just try it out. It's friendly staff, it's clean, and you'll get a workout like you've never had before.
Thank you, Sean.
I loved the underwater treadmill. I couldn't believe how easy it was to exercise and really get a good workout. I didn't realize what a good workout I had until I actually got out of the water, and it's like, wow, my muscles are sore. But I really enjoyed that, and just being able to relax in the warm water. And I have sciatica, and the jets there, I just put it right on the spot where that originates from, and it was like having physical therapy on my own. So I have really enjoyed my time.
All right, thank you, Vicki.
When I came in tonight, I wasn't feeling very well. Admittedly, my joints were hurting, my back's been giving me all kinds of problems. I cannot tolerate land-based therapy. I could never run. I can't tolerate my own weight on land-based therapy. As soon as I get in the pool, it takes the weight off of me. It makes me feel so much better. It takes the weight off my joints. The warm water invigorates me. I get on that treadmill and I start to loosen myself up at a slow speed, and then gradually I ramp it up and get faster and faster. And tonight I did 1.5 miles in about 25, maybe 30 minutes, and I hit 5.04 miles per hour, which literally I was running on a treadmill. I was running on a treadmill, something I haven't been able to do in, I can't even remember how many years it's been.
My first experience was awesome. I'm worn out, but in a very different way. I feel refreshed and not where I have to go lay down or grab something to eat.
Level on the underwater treadmill compared to the pain level when you're walking around on the pavement?
There's really no comparison with the treadmill. On me, 3 at the absolute worst. On the pavement, I was dying. It works well. I will be returning quite a few times. I suggest this to anyone and everyone. It is well worth the time and effort, and you will feel better just after one shot at doing it. I promise you.
I had a wonderful first experience. I kind of dreaded it because I didn't know what to expect, but I went on a very nice tour with Pam, and she showed me some things, and I got excited, but still that anticipation of coming back the first time was still in my mind. But I was so glad I came back. I was thrilled. She took me to this wonderful pool, and you know, one thing I'm loving now about that pool, the lights change colors. She showed me some wonderful things. I told her what I was kind of stressed over. Hadn't been exercising at all, and I don't walk because I have a little trouble with my knee and my ankle, so I wanted something to kind of get my stamina up, and I was so happy that I was advised to come here to try it out. It's like anything else new. You hear good things, but you need to come and try it out. I got in that pool, I got on that treadmill. 20 minutes later, I'm still standing there looking starry-eyed like a deer with his eyes caught in the light, that I had no idea I'd been on it that long. I think the best part to me was the weightlessness under the water. It didn't put a strain on me. If I got tired, I knew I could stop. And sitting down on those power jets on that nice little bench, it stopped some pain in my hip and back. So I'm excited. Plus the water was at a great temperature for me, not too hot. I mean, you get out of it looking a little frazzled, but that's because I've exercised today, and I'm excited about exercising. I didn't think I'd say that. I needed to say it, but I didn't think I'd say it today, but I'm excited. I am truly excited about what I experienced today. Everybody was nice to me, made me feel comfortable. I worried about the swimsuit, but she told me I could wear shorts on the top, but I decided to wear my swimsuit. Right. It was comfortable, and everything was really nice. You didn't smell a lot of chlorine. I hate that in water. You have to walk in and it's like chlorine. It's not like that.
It's been wonderful. I've lost over 12 pounds per my doctor today, and he advised me whatever I'm doing, keep doing, because I look wonderful. You need to take care of your body. So I've been taking care of my body by coming here. Like I said, running on the treadmill and attending boot camp, which I am out of breath right now because I just finished. So,
What makes it fun coming here, and why do you enjoy it?
my wonderful trainer, wherever, he just disappeared on me. Get over here. Get over here. This is my baby. He's like one of my sons. So this is my baby, my trainer, and thanks to him, I have lost over 12 pounds.
And what would you say to someone who is maybe thinking about coming here but hasn't made that step yet?
Do it. If I can do it, I mean, I'm running 3.5 miles on a treadmill within 30 minutes, and I have congestive heart failure.
I love it. It's private, professional. I love the warmth of the water. I don't know what else to say. It's a great place. I was very insecure coming in, being heavy and bathing suit and everything, but I like how you dim the lights in here, put on the good music, whatever music I like, and it gets me fired up and pump it up. And you don't pressure me. It's not a pressure either. And good environment and everything. So I can't walk good because of a prior injury, tired of being tired, not able to walk a long distance. So this right here, with me being able to do the underwater treadmill, I can walk, I can run. I haven't ran in years. I can run. I can do things with my arms, things that I can't do on just every day on the concrete or the track, I can do here.
Now, you hit a new record today, right?
Yes.
What was that new record?
1.5 miles.
Yeah, you did it really good.
1.5 miles, yes.
Have you met some nice people here and exercised with them? Have you made any new friends?
Oh yes, oh yes. And she is the bomb. She is the bomb. She sit here and showed me everything that I needed to know. Took out time with me, worked out with me as if we've been knowing each other forever. She is awesome. Even she pushed me to do what was it called, launches, the push-ups,
the planks.
The planks. Oh my gosh, she tried to kill me on the planks. Doing squats underwater, I could never ever do anything. And plus here is very clean.
Tammy, tell everybody what you're fixing to do right now.
I'm fixing to try my first half marathon. Not try, do my first half marathon.
Now, what made you want to run a half marathon?
To prove to myself that I can do it.
Now, what's the longest distance you ever ran here before?
10 miles.
Okay. And how long did it take you to get up to 10 miles and to prepare yourself for this half marathon?
Well, it all started back at the beginning of January when I walked in here at really bad weight and was feeling sorry for myself because I was recovering from cancer, and I gained all this weight and I was just immobile. I just couldn't go and do what I wanted to do, and so I was like, well, this is my last resort. I'm coming here and I'm gonna do this. And I walked in here, and 2 months later I was 30 pounds lighter, and now it's 4.5 months, I'm 50 pounds lighter. This time last year, if you told me I would do what I've been doing, I would not have believed you.
Now, you said this was your last resort. Tell me, don't you wish it was your first resort?
It was my first, yes. I so wish it was my first resort. Because I sat on the couch for 2.5 years after I was in remission and gained weight because I was hurting and I didn't know what to do.
You're going to get your marathon.
I am.
I am at 12.84 on my 13.1 marathon, and I told me this time last year that I was going to run a half marathon. I would have told you were insane. I was a fat chick sitting on a couch this time last year, and now I've lost 50 pounds, and I'm going for 50 more, and I just can't believe this is happening.
We ran a mile. A mile!
All right.
We ran a mile!
Congratulations.
Like 20 minutes.
All right, now when was the last time you guys ran a mile?
I never have.
All right, and how do you feel now afterwards?
Exhilarated.
All right. And what would you say to someone else to encourage someone else who maybe has never been able to go a whole mile? Right.
Come today.
Okay, thank you guys.
Lots of ice cream. This is our second visit with our swim coach, Kara, and it has been phenomenal. Blake is 4 years old, and she wouldn't even put her face in the water. She was terrified, wouldn't even let go of us as we were swimming, and she is now blowing bubbles, and she is swimming on the noodle, and she is doing great. She just submerged her entire face in the water and blew bubbles, which was huge. I would say that this is a great place to come. It's an amazing facility. There's more than just swim lessons here. Kara is phenomenal with the kids. She gets Blake's attention, she listens, and you know, swim lessons are important. They're dangerous. You're in the water swimming, and she is super safe and taught Blake that you never swim by yourself, and we were talking about rules today, and that was the first thing Blake told me, and that's amazing because you don't want your kid just to go and jump in the pool.
Good job, Jack. So Ryder, tell me about your experience so far doing swim lessons here.
It's pretty good.
All right.
I like going underwater. It's really fun. And like when you do this and stretch your legs out, you still float and hold water in hold air in. And going underwater is my favorite thing about swimming lessons. So.
What about the instructor? How's she?
She's pretty good. She's my favorite swimming lessons teacher.
What would you say to another little boy or girl who wants to do swim lessons?
It's really cool. And I would like pay them.
Okay.
I do have $20.
All right. Well, thank you, Ryder.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about your experience so far doing swim lessons with your son here. How old he is, what was his previous swimming experiences, and why you wanted to do swim lessons for him.
He's 4.5. We got it as a Christmas present, so he's been comfortable in the water, like going to the lake and swimming and stuff, so we just wanted to kind of get rid of the float and get him swimming on his own. We have a baby brother, and this summer we're going to be in the pool a lot, and I just want to be comfortable with him swimming on his own. He loves it from day one. He's been comfortable. He wasn't scared at all. Kind of got right in with Kara. So she's been great. I definitely recommend it. It's worth it.
All right.
He loves it. It's safer, it's quicker, and it's convenient. I just get right with Kara and make our schedule.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My face wet in the shower. I hadn't gone swimming in 2 years before I got here. So I was very scared of water, but now with taking lessons with Kara, I've gotten a lot better. Well, I've conquered the fear of water. I'm no longer scared of water. I can now get my face, my eyes, my ears, my whole head wet. I can go all the way underwater, which is really awesome. What I hope to accomplish now is to be able to fully swim and hopefully in the ocean water and be completely confident that I can save myself if something happens. It's very cool, you know, they have treadmills in the water, so that's really cool. Working out underwater is awesome. It releases a whole lot of pain, I promise. And all of the staff are really friendly. They will answer any questions you have. And the swim instructor here is really awesome for people who are scared of water. She really works with you. She doesn't judge you or push you too hard when you're swimming, so it's really awesome. It will really help you. It doesn't matter how scared of water you are. They will help you get over that fear slowly but surely.
Come here because the hydrotherapy is having more of an impact on me than the regular physical therapy I was doing. I'm achieving things faster here and with less pain. We saw improvement the first afternoon compared to the physical therapy, the routes that I was going. I was able to do some things that, because of being in weightlessness here, that I was not able to do at physical therapy.
And
made a big difference.
Plus
being in the pool is like playtime for me.
Okay, what's the most enjoyable thing that you do here?
When I come here, being able to walk like I normally walk. The hydro treadmills, it's like I'm walking because I'm initiating movement. So it's like I walked before my stroke. I'd hurry up and get in here. It makes a difference when you're weightless, how you can do things like you used to do, which makes you feel like you used to feel a big deal.
All right.
So far I've seen.
Tell me why you think underwater treadmills would be a great place to improve cardiovascular health.
Okay, first, Michael, I just want to congratulate you because this is something that I've been looking for over 20 years. I did my training at the Center for Life, and we used to use underwater treadmills all the time for our cardiac rehab patients, as well as obese patients and other patients with arthritis. The other benefit of the underwater treadmill is for patients who cannot tolerate heat or need low impact exercise. And so the cardiovascular conditioning that they achieve from that is equal or even better sometimes than that from a traditional treadmill, because they're able to exercise longer and we're able to actually build up their endurance. And by doing that, we enhance their cardiovascular health, muscle tone, decrease their heart rate, improve their blood pressure. So overall, it gives us an excellent cardiovascular effect.
I have osteoporosis, I have stenosis, I have degenerative disc disease, I've had 2 back surgeries with fusions and laminectomies. I've been doing water aerobics for 14 years because in the water it's easier than on land. I've noticed a huge difference compared to regular water aerobics because I have less pain while I'm in the pool, less pain afterwards, and my posture has improved. I'm not as tired, and I'm not taking as many pain pills. And I love going on the treadmill because my big goal is to walk. And I ran on the treadmill today for a mile. So that was a big thing. Well, I have to brag about the owner because he's very supportive, very caring, spends a lot of time with you, very knowledgeable. So I just think it's a great facility. People are real enthusiastic, they're kind of rooting for you, and that's important.
Thank you, Mary.
Well, I have RSD, and I have been fighting this disease for over 4 years. I have in the past had over 60 physical therapy visits that were not successful, and I was looking for something that would help me be able to possibly get out of the wheelchair. And I have found that by doing the therapy here at a warm water, I am more apt to stay with the program, and I feel already after just 1 week tremendous benefits. I have been able to tell such a difference in such a short period of time. And as far as the money, I don't think anybody can put a price on what someone would be willing to pay to be able to say, I no longer have to have a wheelchair.
I am the mom of a little girl named Carly, and she's 6 years old. She has spinal muscular atrophy, type 2, and she is in a wheelchair. And she was diagnosed at around age 2. We've done lots of therapies, regular physical therapy, horse therapy, different things. The opportunity came open to have water therapy, and it's been a blessing because it gives her freedom to be able to be in the pool and to stretch her muscles in ways that she hasn't been able to stretch them. And, so H3O has provided a lot of new therapy opportunities, but also freedom for our daughter. Because I think that's the one thing that was lacking, where she feels kind of secluded in her wheelchair, the things that she can and cannot do. The water provides her world.
Okay, I just had my annual physical, and the results were all so good that the doctor told me that unless something were to come up, I don't have to go back for a year. My cholesterol was down, my blood pressure is way down, my general being is way up. Probably haven't been able to walk more than a few blocks in the last 10, 15 years because of arthritis all over my body. And so I started about 5-6 weeks ago using the underwater. This morning I did 2.7 miles. And Thursday I'm hoping to do my first ever 5K. Several doctors have told me use it or lose it. And I don't want to end up in a wheelchair with all the arthritis I have. And so I started coming here, and I love it. the warm water has done wonders for my arthritis.
I'm just excited to be here, trying new things, see where it goes from here.
All right, thank you.
Right. All you got. Good job, man. Left.
Wow.
Right. All you got. Make sure you throw them down. Heel first. Swing it up, throw it down. Up, throw it down. Great job, man. You're at 1.3 miles an hour. That's great, man. That's a casual stroll.
I was just walking by myself, really. I mean, I was putting my left in front of my right just like before. It's incredible. I mean, I'm boosting my confidence a lot. Last week I didn't have a really good day last time, but this really brought it up. I feel really good.
Now
this is what, my fourth time? Yeah, this is my fourth time.
Okay, wow. All right, thank you.
My therapy is kind of a joint with all the physical therapists, just whoever's available. They help me with walking better and applying more pressure to my leg. Also with gaining back some mileage because I was a runner and I'd love to return to that. My condition is called CRPS. It's complex or chronic regional pain syndrome, and the warm pool helps me a lot with relaxing my leg because it'll get really tense from all the different signals from my nervous system. Well, I've had this condition for about 8 months, and I've been coming here for 3 months, and this is such a different thing than the land therapy because with CRPS, different textures of the floor, different putting pressure on it on land is a lot harder for us with CRPS than it is for other people who simply have a knee replacement. While that can be hard, ours is harder for a different reason. And in the water, you have less pressure on the bottom of your foot. It's also the uniform flat texture on the bottom, and it's a lot less agitating.
I enjoy coming here for the simple fact that it is helping me so much. I have what's called interstitial cystitis, IC for short, and it involves the whole pelvic floor. Since I started coming here, you can barely feel any knots in my legs. I can tell a difference in the way I walk, the way I feel. I just have more energy, and it's just all good. I don't have any pain. For the first time in years and years and years and years, I am pain-free. And I attribute a lot of that to coming here.
I've been doing therapy for I don't even know how many years now, and I've kind of been burnt out on the therapy scene. And so I thought it'd be cool to start water therapy because it's something different and it's useful, and it's less pressure on my joints. And I've obviously gained a lot more strength with stairs, definitely, and like I said, it's a lot less pressure on my joints, and so it's easier to do a lot more than I normally could on land. Two main things I come here for is CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome, and fibromyalgia. And so the warm water is very good for me because I can't do cold temperatures, and so I can actually get in the water and do therapy as much as I need to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
About 2 years ago, and I threw my back out, L4 and L5 shifted, and I basically was not able to walk. By coming here using the massage bed, it loosened up my muscles enough to where when I went to the chiropractor for my adjustments, it helped the adjustment drastically. Even though some of that got straightened out real quick, I was still having a hard time walking, was in pain. So you put me in the pool, instead of having me walk on the treadmills, gave me some exercises to do to try to put some strength back in the back or keep those muscles loose as I was moving. And within 2 months, I was actually walking again and had to got rid of the cane. Now my next experience here is going to be come to work out, maybe firm up a little bit, lose a little bit of weight, and looking forward to it.
From the time that I walked through the door and actually experienced the bed, which was amazing, very quiet, soothing. It was based on what my needs were. I was able to change the speed, and it actually has like little games on there, or you can put your earbuds in and listen to music, or just enjoy the quietness. So I enjoyed that moment of that 30 minutes to just debrief. I left the massage feeling very refreshed and revived and very satisfying. It's something like I've never experienced before, and I've had massages from different places outside of just Murfreesboro, but they were hand massages, and this took me to a whole new level, and I mean, it was really good.
Well, I'm a marathon runner, and it helps with recovery after a long run. It's relaxing. It really targets areas that sometimes it's hard to get to if you're doing self-myofascial release therapy on your own. I liked it because it was a clean environment, and I felt everything through my clothes, so I didn't have to have oil put all over me, and just sometimes that I'm not in the mood for that, and I just need a deep tissue massage. So I really find it relaxing and comfortable and enjoyable too. I feel like I'm at the beach and the ocean's going around me, and it's a great experience.
That was really rejuvenating. I've never been massaged by a machine before. This actually provides water pressure and then also heat, which is a good combination. Now I'm really feeling good today and ready to go work out.
Well,
how you feeling?
I have been suffering with lower back pain for a considerable length of time. And it had gotten so severe that although I'd never been to a chiropractor before in my life, I did go to one. The results were, oh, well, you know, I got some relief, yes. But it wasn't really satisfactory. One day I walked into a tour, I was giving a little test ride on the massage table, and I just couldn't believe it. When I got off of that thing, I felt like 3 years ago, well before this problem really became significant, and I don't have any more pain. I can't say enough for it.
My favorite thing here today was definitely the hydro massage. And at first I thought, you know, this is just going to be lightly touching my back, and it's not going to hit all the areas that I needed to touch, but it absolutely shocked me. When he turned it up to 10, which was in the deep tissue area, oh, it felt amazing. And at first I was thinking, you know, that I wasn't going to be back, but it's well worth the money, and I will definitely be back.
I got to experience this machine. It's called hydro massage. Now look, any veteran out there that has lower back pains, hamstring, buttocks, whatever, you sit on this thing, you lay on it, and I guarantee it's going to hit spots that hands can't hit. No massage, no hand massage can take the place of this hydro water machine, because I was in La La Land. It hit spots on my body that I didn't think I had, and it felt great.
My first question would be, do they come in queen size so I can take one home? I was an iron worker for a while, got a couple of kinks in my back. This thing irons them out. I've been having some aches for a couple of days now, and I actually feel an inch taller. But I set it for 15 minutes and almost on high, and I reset it for a second 15 that put me to sleep. I wouldn't have thought I could sleep on this thing, but it's amazing.
Man, it was an incredible experience. I've never experienced something like the hydro massage before, and I just felt like it really complemented the chiropractic work that I've been getting done recently. I have a couple of lingering injuries from the military, and it was just really peaceful. The atmosphere of the facility itself lends itself to healing, and yeah, I was able to sit there, just listen to my music, and get this basically deep tissue massage where I could pinpoint certain areas that have been really troubling me, and listen to music while I was watching a video of the ocean. It was like I was on vacation. It was awesome.
So I had open heart surgery a few weeks ago, and one of the great problems with open heart surgery is you're stuck in a recliner or a bed for weeks at a time, and my back really began to seize up on me, and I called up the physicians, and they recommended a massage, but the rule was I couldn't lay on my chest for a massage, and there weren't any massage parlors in Murfreesboro or Smyrna that allowed for massages without being on your chest. Due to the open heart surgery, it was going to be very tender and problematic. So I called around a little bit and found H3O. They've got a massage bed that's actually a hydro massage table. You lay on your back and it sprays hot water up at you and hits all the right spots. So I did it for 30 minutes a few days ago for the first time, and I slept like a baby, no pain meds, completely relaxed. It lasted for about 3 days. I woke up this morning with some tension again. And so I'm back again today, and just got done with another exercise or another treatment, and I'm feeling great. So I plan on making this a regular routine. And